time. Let's talk about it with RC Blakes. Let's talk about it.
I was thinking about haters. You know, we spend a lot of time talking about haters. Yeah, that's my daughter Carla there. That's my daughter Sister Handy. I love you all. We spend a lot of time talking about haters. And the Lord's been really talking to me about hater management, because if you don't learn how to manage your haters, what will happen is that your haters will rob you of your destiny, because haters have a tendency to occupy a lot of emotional and psychological time and space. You spend so much time focusing on thinking about your haters that they consume the time you should be using to push forward. So there's this thing that the Lord is giving me called hater management. Think about it like this. Those of you who are public in any way, you may have 1,000 people that say, I love you, I love you, I love you, we love what you do. I mean, literally, you may have thousands of people say, we love you. And one person a month can get a message through and saying, I don't like what you're doing, you're this or that. And that person will consume your concentration. That person would consume your focus. You would forget about all of the thousands of people who have had anything positive to say, and you will become consumed with, yeah, it does sound like a book, huh? You become consumed with the negative opinion of somebody who does not even matter, somebody that's not investing in you, somebody that doesn't matter. I don't like to use the word hater. They don't exist. You're really correct. I just use it because it's a popular term that resonates with people. But I was thinking about this thing, hater management, and I was looking at the life of Joseph in Genesis 50, 19 through 21. I'll try to do this in 10 minutes. It says, and Joseph said, and I hope you know the story of Joseph. Joseph said unto them, fear not, for am I in the place of God? But as for you, you thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good, to bring to pass as it is this day, to save much people alive. Now, here's the story of Joseph. Joseph was a dreamer, a man that knew his destiny, knew where he was going, and he shared his dream with his brothers, his biological brothers, and they wanted to kill him. But instead of killing him, ultimately they sold him into slavery. Joseph's haters were those of his own house. Now, let me just share this with you real quickly. This is something for you to write down somewhere. Haters are an occupational hazard of the successful. Haters are an occupational hazard of the successful. If you are in the business of succeeding, you will always have haters. If you don't want haters, you don't want to succeed on any level. Haters are an occupational hazard of succeeding. In fact about it, you will grow hopefully to the point where you become motivated and excited about new haters, because new haters mean you're tapping into new realms. Every time you see haters pop up, it means it is an indication that something is working. You are succeeding. Now, point number one, the most dangerous haters are those closest to you. So many times your greatest haters are family. Your greatest haters are those that run with you and call you friend, best friend. Joseph's greatest problem originated in his own house. Genesis 37:5. And Joseph dreamed a dream and told it his brethren, and they hated him yet the more. They already hated him, but they hated him even the more when they discovered his dream, when they were made privy to his dream. See, a lot of times people don't hate you. They're not against you because of where you are. They're against you because of where you're going. So number one, the most dangerous haters are those closest to you. You have to really analyze your inner circle. It's cool to have acquaintances and associates, but when you start to bringing people into your inner circle, you have to be careful. Nobody stabs you in the back from across the street. They're always up close. Number two, haters are offended that your success may reflect on them. They're not, they're more moved by what you're doing, reflecting on what they're not doing. Where you're going, reflecting on where they're not going. Genesis 37:8 says, and his brethren said to him, he got through sharing his dream, and his brethren said unto him, shalt thou indeed reign over us? Or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us? Where are you going? How far are you going? And they hated him yet the more for his dreams and for his words. So they were more concerned about how his success was going to reflect on them. And there are a lot of people who hate you, and the reality is that haters are really fans undercover. They really love you, but they love you so much that they feel like your success and what they love about you reflects on everything they think they're not. So rather than taking you into their hearts, into their bosoms to learn from you and to grow by your example, they'd rather, Number three, hater management. Keep your heart clean and keep your movements upward. Don't ever allow haters to create bitterness or anger that just lives inside of you. Keep your heart clean and keep your movement upward. You notice Joseph, you never read where Joseph had an angry moment. I'm certain that he probably did. But, as far as the scripture is concerned, Joseph kept his emotion intact. You don't see where he was, broken down. He kept an even level emotional state. He did not, you never hear where he articulates any kind of bitterness. You got to keep your heart clean. But the one thing Joseph did do was that he kept on producing excellence wherever he had an opportunity. And it does not matter what people do against you. Just always keep your heart pure and keep your movement upward. Keep producing excellence. In Genesis 39, 2 through 4, it says, and the Lord was with Joseph. The Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man, and he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian. And his master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord made all that he did to prosper in his hand. And Joseph found grace in his sight, and he served him, and he made him overseer over his house. So everywhere Joseph went, he simply produced excellence. Keep moving upward. Haters have a tendency, if you're not wise, they have a tendency to get you bogged down in their drama. I made a statement the other day on a posting or something. There's a reason the sky and the earth never meet. The sky will not come down to the earth, and the earth cannot come up to the sky. When your haters bring you down, they win. You cannot get bogged down in the drama of haters. You got to keep your heart pure and keep your movement upward. Number 4, remember this. Everything your haters do will promote you. Everything they do will promote you. Everything they do will promote you. I have grown to the point now that I can really handle it. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't get distraught when people say negative things about me, because I found that when people say negative things about you, it draws attention to you from people who weren't paying attention to you. And then when people pay attention to you and they discover what they heard about you wasn't true, you take on new people that love you. Everything your haters do will promote you. They will think that they're pulling you down, and and the reality is they're building you. Leave your haters alone. Now, Donald Trump may be crazy and all that, whatever, something wrong with the brother. But he did make a very true statement. He said, there's no such thing as bad publicity. There's no such thing as bad publicity. Your haters are free PR people. Man, just keep on supplying them, man. Just give them something more to work with. All you got to do is just keep succeeding. Keep on doing great things. Give them something to work with. They are your free PR team. Everything your haters do will promote you. Look what Genesis 50:20 says. Joseph finally meets his brothers again. This is after God brings him through all of the channels. There's so much teaching that could be done in here. God brings him through all of the channels. He goes from the pit to Potiphar's house as a slave. He's lied on. He goes into prison, and he makes his way to the palace. Now he's second man in command behind Pharaoh. And his brothers come, and they don't even know who they're dealing with. And Joseph finally reveals himself to them, and they're afraid because now he has the power to kill them. And the Bible says, or Joseph says in Genesis 50:20, but as for you, you thought evil against me. But God meant it unto good to bring to pass as it is this day to save much people alive. What you thought for evil was the very thing that launched me into great. My phone is acting crazy. I can see it. What you thought for evil has launched me into greatness. Number 5, and I'm out. Never become your hater. Never become your hater. Let no root of bitterness spring up and trouble you and defile you and many others. Never become your hater. In verse 21 of Genesis 50, Joseph says, and now therefore fear ye not. He's talking to his brothers. I will nourish you and your little ones. And he comforted them and spake kindly unto them. Never become your hater. Never take on that negative demonic spirit that your hater carries. Never become your hater. Always, what did Michelle Obama say? They go low, we go high. Always go high. Never become your hater. There are days you'll be in a restaurant. You'll see a hater, a known hater across the room. Pay the bill. Pay the bill. Never become your hater. When you become your hater, then God turns his favor away from you. As long as you maintain a standard, or your standard, God's favor will always rest on you. But get away from crying about haters, man. Get away from that. Get away from whining about haters. Your haters are really, they don't know it, but they're still your best friends. They teach you how to pray. They make you perfect what you're doing when you otherwise probably would be chilling. They give you free publicity. Man, chill. Stop whining about haters. Haters are an occupational hazard of succeeding.